Okay. Now, I just literally woke up enough to get this video out real quick because, it's late at night and I really want to go to bed. So anyway, so finally at the point where I can, talk about what I've been working on, and, as the process continues for obviously the legal situation I put myself in or have found myself to be a part of. And genuinely, because I'm consulting my notebook at the same time, so just like bear with me for like a few seconds. Okay, so as of now, many of you have probably seen you know, the changes that I've made to obviously BOC as a whole, and the confirmation is at your doorstep. So while BOC will still operate as an indie record label where I release my music under, there will be the BOC has officially rebranded itself and is now known as for the foreseeable future as Born Outta Control Productions, which essentially what I'm bringing to the table is the practically the same energy I had when I first started, right? And why I did this in particular is that I'm not trying to go off the concept or continue to prosper by labeling myself as a black business owner, because I'm not saying, obviously I'm not saying I'm not proud to be black. Of course I am. That's just, I mean, look at me, I'm gorgeous in that order. But what it is that the concept of black owned business is not my goal. Okay. It is to push the narrative beyond the stereotypical change the game. It's beyond that. And to understand fully is you have to go by, I'm gonna share this. Like I said, I'm gonna share this with you guys. The fact of it is not to be a black business owner or being a black artist or a black producer, black rapper, whatever have you. Those are stereotypical labels. And for me, I look at it as as an African American in general. We are beyond capable, beyond acceptable, and we belong everywhere. Okay, and we are beyond black, we are beyond acceptable, and we are beyond capable. So the concept is you sit there as an individual. Like I said, I'm saying I'm a black owned. I'm saying I'm a black creator, not a black producer or labeling myself with stereotypical labels. But the fact of it is, as black people as a whole, we have this unwavering ability to not only push the narrative that we are forcibly submitted against, but we also always find some ability to push past the adversity put in our position or put in our field of vision. And to me, it's not even that bad for real, because I look at it in a sense that as many times as I tell my children and I tell my nieces and nephews, because I have a lot of nieces and nephews, like I couldn't even tell y'all how crazy it is to have as many nieces and nephews as I do. I don't know how I managed to get that, but God blessed me with them, and I love them to death. But no. So with this restructuring of BOC, it's more of a lot of things are going to change because obviously BOC had this is my baby. This is what I strive for. This is what I'm gaining, what I'm not gaining, and what I'm not gaining is the amount of views that I want my other channel to have. And the same goes for BOC Gaming. Like BOC Gaming has been at the subscriber count it's been at for, in my opinion, way too long. And me personally putting out content back to back to back like I wasn't thoroughly getting the amount of I wasn't bringing to the table what I thought I could. And now that I have, restructured myself and given myself a better opportunity to further myself as an artist, as a content creator, and as just an overall individual, I think now the amount of freedom that I do have, because why BOC transition to just being what it is now? So the shorter version of it is that to me, it's not that I don't love the people I collaborate with. It's not that I don't care about them as people. It's I'm at a point in my life where I want to do this by myself, because when you really think about it, from the very beginning stages from the earliest point of BOC's career as an indie label as a whole, it was just me. You know what I'm saying? I was contributing 110%. I was making cover art, making production schedules, making promotion schedules, or just overall trying to keep the whole thing afloat. And the amount of attention that I was getting, it seemed to really throw off what I was doing for myself as an artist. And then subsequently, a lot of things transpired during the early career times of BOC as a whole. Obviously, with the original BOC Records channel that I had alongside my Dead Sect X Rated YouTube channel, they ended up getting hacked and therefore lost all of what I had there. So I had to start from scratch, basically. Well, it's not basically. I did have to start from scratch. For real, I really did have to start from scratch. And as much as I didn't want to have to do that, I had no real choice, for real. And then again, subsequently opening the door to a lot of other things. I thought opening myself to, more artists and more collaborative effort would probably bring what I set out to do to a much further extent. And that didn't work either. And then obviously I met Phoenix, I met No Good, I met 8, I met Dre, and mind you, these are all guys that I legit, know personally. So I mean, except for Crazy 8, I seen his song Cosplay Angel come across my timeline, and then I was fucking with him from there. And then our association with each other just kept on, yeah, it just kept being what it is. And like, I support him, he supports me, I support my peoples, I support my people, period. And even though we had all those good times, things just didn't work out. And what was more infuriating about that situation is that working with people from home, because the pandemic, obviously, but I was actually working at the time during the pandemic actually kicked off. So by the time the pandemic really was in full swing, I was still working 6 days a week. So it's like I didn't really see much of a time. And the type of job I was working was basically I was still working retail for number one. I was working at a dispensary out DC. So it's now what I'm looking at it is I took the time, and the time that I was given, even though I work 6 days a week, I get maybe hour and a half breaks and stuff like that. So I would take 15-20 minutes to eat, bring my computer with me, try to get something done, if not try to work on something. So, and mind you, so I had a 15-minute break for just food wise, then I had another hour and a half break. So it's So it's like I had like an hour 45 minutes throughout the day, working 6 days a week, making like 18 an hour. So and again, because the pandemic was the way it was, it couldn't really kick off the way I wanted to. And again, that also opened the door to another relationship that I made, which was I was seeing someone I was seeing someone between 2018 and 20, which was around the time the pandemic had kicked off. And at that point, I was not really at a mental state to really carry a relationship, because up until that point, I wasn't in a relationship for like nearly 6 years. Like no, I'm sorry, nearly 3 years, because my son is about to be 10. So my son being close to the age he is now versus the age he was at the time is more of a situation like I had not been in a relationship for so long, and clearly because of that, it emotionally I did not make it with the relationship. So that changed, and then me and her, we just fell apart, and infidelity on my end, it just started to fall apart. So again, I started to again do what I usually do when type of situations like this happen. I tried to retreat into making music and doing what I do best, but the consistent family issues and relationship drama was affecting me, and then obviously with Silence passing in 2019, that it really kind of it really affected me negatively. And it's like the situation from there, like even though this the shit with that, and then this going through the shit with Kid Zion and Lord Zave, that I can't even lie. Like I was fed up. At that point I was just fed up. I was just fed up. I really was. Because to me, I looked at it like niggas cast me out. Like niggas was casting me out. Like me and my cousin, like I said, me and Lord Xavier, we are biologically related. We share our grandparents are brothers. So we are directly related on that note. And him going through what he was going through, or whatever he was doing at the time, he never spoke on it, and thusly we lost touch. And effectively that affected our business relationship, and it affected our relationship period. So we just stopped talking, and to this day I have not spoken to him since, I want to say, last year. Maybe no, not even last year, like 2020, 2022, 21. And that's also around the time frame where I tried to rebrand BOC at the first time by recreating a production crew, but obviously that fell through as well, because there was issues with niggas trying to be in charge, and niggas trying to vocalize their personal opinion instead of actually putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna sit here and try to justify. I'm not making excuses for anybody. Obviously, I played a part in the fallout on that end as well. But again, my relationships gone. We just fuck it. Mm-mm. Because niggas was trying to take credit for shit they had no business doing, or not even have business with shit they didn't do. It's more niggas was trying to take credit for shit that it wasn't even theirs to start with. And it's not like, and we make it, mind you, it's not, we don't gotta, as an artist, you have to understand, you're not limited to posting on SoundCloud or posting on BeatStars, stuff like that. Like, if people who know you fuck with you enough, you'll start getting shows, you start doing shows, you start all of that. And me personally, I was producing, dropping beats all over the place. Like, I get invited to a party, hey bro, bring your shit with you. All right, say less. I got you. I pay you to that. I think first time I cut a big check, and that's what really, like, in the very beginning when I first started. This was before me and Lord Xavier had agreed to stay with each other. It's I had my first show, and obviously I'm not a rapper. I'm not gonna say I ever was. I mean, I can spit here and there, but it's not like I ain't really like that for real. But me personally, I told my man's like, okay, I'll come through. Like, nah, bro, I want you to come through and perform. I want you to bring some shit. Bring your computer. I set you up. So at that point, I just had my son. I just had my son. So my son was about like 5, 6 months old when that happened. First check I ever cut, I cut like a good $6,100. And from that point, I used it to, long term get my cousin in the studio, me and him working. Bring your homies. You want to bring people? Okay, bring them together. So the initial roster of BOC had started off pretty well, but like I said in the beginning, like niggas just, it's hard working with niggas, because like people that know you, you know what I'm saying, they do shit that they know can piss you off. They do shit and say shit that can easily piss you off, and it can turn into an argument, it can turn into a fight, it can turn into a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that most of us at that time knew each other, so it was like niggas started to fall out quickly. And that's why the BLC family roster kept changing as much as it did, because niggas didn't say, "Oh, I want to come back. I want to get back I want to get back on track." But me personally, you look at it from a perspective like I'm doing this by myself now, and it's like I don't have no hatred towards none of the guys I've worked with, nothing, not at all. But I will say this: with this impending legal situation, I got to make shit shake for my kids and me. If it don't got nothing to do with my nieces and nephews, my kids, and my fiance or nothing like that, bro, I ain't trying to hear it. Like, all I'm about is my money. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I found God while I was in jail. Like, I was already Christian, mind you, but I always questioned myself, And I talk to God daily. I read my Bible daily. I call to God every day. Like, I try to talk to God as much as I could, bro. And God told me straightforward, like, I'm gonna help you out this time, but if you pull this shit again, it's not happening. You gonna get whatever's coming to you for real, for real. And now that I'm in the situation that I'm in, it's now like God brought me home, and God told me stand 10 toes for myself. So it's like my son and my daughters, they need me. Like my mother need me, nigga. Like my sisters and my brothers need me. Like it ain't happening. Like I got a family that could care less if I put money in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Like half my family members got money for themselves. Like I sometimes off, like just the other day, I went to my little brother's house. I asked him if you need some money, you need some weed or something. He's like, no, bro. Like you always giving me something. Like no, I'm good. And he's like, that's why whenever you come over, bro, I let you use my house for your benefit. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, my brothers and my sisters mean the world to me, and by extension, my in-laws, because my in-laws are my brothers and sisters. Like I got a lot of nieces and nephews on both sides of my fucking family. Like if you want to really think about it, I got 11 nieces and nephews. Okay, and I'm getting closer to 30 every day. So it's like I can't be an example to my kids and my nieces and nephews if I'm letting little shit like this fuck my head up and fuck my life up. It's just not happening. And don't, like I said before, it's got nothing to do with me not liking nobody or not wanting to work with nobody. Bruh, the collaboration window is always open. Somebody want to work with me, cool. So at the end of the day, why I restructured BOC as a whole is that me and my fiance are on the same page. My son's mother and I are on the same page. My sisters and I are on the same page. My brothers and I are on the same page. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not gonna be nothing else. Like that's why I'm telling y'all, like now that I'm slowly starting to restructure BOC as a whole, I have plans. Like I have plans, and I know I said this a few weeks ago when I said it's a video for another time, and this is one of those videos for another time, because at the end of the day, I don't do this shit for myself. I don't do this shit to make y'all happy or nothing like that. I do this to show that people can do this. This is not a a brand of clout. This is not to show people for clout. This is not a stagnant excuse to try and make money. I am what I am because of how much work I put in. Why I stopped using SoundCloud is because I don't have the ability to sit there and put myself through financial instability knowing I got mouths to feed. You know what I'm saying? And it's that deep. To me, it's that deep. You know what I'm saying? I got kids, I got a girl to feed, I got a job to feed, I got a job that feeds me, pays me. Nigga, I don't have time for that anymore. It's just not the case. It's not a respectable excuse anymore. So like the next step is revealing a few things here now. So as a whole, I am working on about 8 projects currently, and they're all in the early stages. There's no real release window. There's no, production schedule for it as of yet. There's no production schedule yet. But my fiance and I are working closely together to bring you guys as best content we can present to you. And as of right now, I'm working on building a channel trailer for obviously BOC as a whole. I'm trying to bring about what y'all want to see, not what I want you to see, not what you want to see. Because what I'm working with is working with I'm like, bruh, like me and my fiance was talking about this morning, like early this morning, like, bruh, she came at me with some big shit, like when she said when she said I think you need to when she said I feel like you need to change your style and change your flow up. At first I wasn't for it because I was like, what the fuck, like you don't even really, I was like, you don't even like really, like, because she don't really listen to rap music for real. She don't be listening to drill music or like the old school hip hop shit like that. Like she don't really listen to that stuff. It's not her thing. But it's the fact that she was willing to put her perspective out there and tell you boy what he needed to hear, not what he wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fucking love her, because she stays on my ass about damn near everything. And for the sake of our daughter, she definitely is, she's not obligated to do that, but she stands on business for business purposes. So to start off, my fiance and I are working on these projects closely together because I'm the content creator and she's a practicing content creator. She's also working on something for herself as well. So it's like we're trying to find a way to bring this shit together. And right now, as I'm still kind of fixing, YouTube, my BLC's, um, good God, sorry, oh my God, the whole process of it is taking longer than it needs to be. But at the same time, I'd rather it be at a level where I'm not adequate, but exactly where I'm supposed to be with it. I don't need to be adequately surprised with where I'm at. I need to be where I'm at because that's how I get it done. And again, all this hard work is paying off, because at where it stands with me is that if I tell you I have your back, nigga, I have your back. And again, like I said, it's no disrespect to my cousin. It's no respect to Prince Dre. It's no disrespect to 8, Kid Zion, none of them. It's not that. This is not a beef. This is not I'm about to start airing niggas the fuck out. No, it's not that either. Because the way I look at it is that, nigga, I told you what type of timing I was on and you chose not to stay. So if you choose not to stay, nigga, I'm moving forward. I can't stop for that. So as of right now, the next video after this will be a full explanation on the publishing and how things are elaborately working as a conglomerate. So I will allow you guys to, well, not allow, I take that back. That's really rude. That was very rude. Sorry about that. I want you guys to understand, like, we are working together very, very aggressively, and and as much as I love my collaborators, and I still keep the collaboration window open for anyone else, it's just like, as of right now, I'm on some me versus the world type of stuff, and I still have many things I need to finish. I have a lot of making up to do and a short time to do it. So I love you all. Thank you for the consistent support. Thank you for supporting my work. Thank you for supporting me as an artist, as a content creator. And like I said, BOC is back, better than ever. We are beyond black, beyond acceptable, and above all else, we are beyond capable. So I love y'all. You know where to find me if you need me.